Chanting succeeded for shade. You have been given water bucket *1. Gave water bucket *1 to shade. You died at X, 131Y, 10Z, minus 24 in overworld. You died at X, minus 24Y, 54Z, 78 in Nether. You died at X, 18Y, 62Z, minus 92 in Nether. You have been given Stonecutter *1. Gave Stonecutter *1 to Shade. Syntax error, unexpected dark forest, add 8 biome dark forest. Unknown command, me. Please check that the command exists and that you have permission to use it. Unknown command, home. Please check that the command exists and that you have permission to use it. Syntax error, unexpected, add sapling. You have been given dark oak sapling *1. Gave dark oak sapling *1 to shade. You have been given dark oak sapling *4. Gave dark oak sapling *4 to shade.
This is a wild thing. We actually haven't seen this before. But basically what happened was somebody did some copyright strikes against Iron Mouse's VOD channel and also her main channel on YouTube. They did DMCAs. The problem with this is, in order to refute a copyright strike, you have to give your personally identifiable information, your PII. This includes your name, address, phone number, so on and so forth. This is part of the DMCA process. It's not a YouTube demand. This is a part of DMCA demand. This person was doing this to try and dox Iron Mouse. That's the reason they were doing it. So Iron Mouse couldn't send the information, which means she got all the strikes, channel got taken down. Horrible, horrible behavior. YouTube got enough pressure from the public that they said, hey, this is bullshit, and they brought the VOD channel and the main channel back up. So I'm really glad that that happened, but it shows you if Iron Mouse did not have the large community that she does, this would have been very different. And I think this is a very clear pathway for abuse on a platform like YouTube, and it needs to be resolved in some way. Because this could be used against smaller creators that don't have that kind of a platform, and there's nothing anyone would be able to do to save them. And I think that's not great. I think that's a really big problem. So yeah, no, it's not good, dude. But thankfully, in this case, it got resolved. But like, damn, that's not great. Fake DMCA takedowns need to be prosecuted as fraud. They're supposed to be able to be. That's illegal. Not supposed to do that. Can't you just use an LLC? Not everybody has those set up for that reason, right? Not a lot of people realize you got to set up like a shell company to deal with that shit. And I think that's important to understand. Yeah, the DMCA dispute shares the information with both sides. Bingo. But the attacker could put in fake information, which is like, what the hell, man? Are you safe from such things? No. But we also have a company in the way. Like, if somebody DMCA'd me, I'd be like, all right, let's fight. We've done it before. Did you know we actually got a fake DMCA claim one time? Did you know that? It was 300 attacks on the channel. Long time ago. We were much smaller. Basically, we use all of our own music. So our music is made in-house. And this is made with samples from a company that is based out of the UK. And those samples are like instrument noises, things like that, so that we can go and arrange that into the music that we have. We paid for these samples. We paid for a license to those samples so that we could use them in the music. This other company also paid for a license. So we have a license and they have a license. But then they did something really interesting. Really interesting. They took that license and they made a fake musician with fake music that was just the sounds, just like that's all the sound was. It was just all of them mashed together. And then they made a fake musician out of the country of India. Did not exist. Guy was not real. And then they made a bunch of music on YouTube and they DMCA claimed anybody else that Content ID matched songs that had that licensed audio in it. And they hit hundreds of creators. We actually got 300 claims against our videos in the same day. And then, here's the cool part, they made it so that the UK could not view the music. So it was banned in the region of the UK. So the parent company that sold us the licenses couldn't even see the music to dispute it. So we had to reach out to the parent company and be like, yo, this is going on. And they went, what the hell? We can't even see the music. And I was like, yeah, they've specifically targeted your company. They know exactly what they're doing. They went into it on a legal sense and we got all the strikes removed like 2 weeks later. And it was crazy, dude. But here was the problem. I had to go to every single one of our 300 plus videos and manually fix them one at a time. There was no mass fix for this. I had to do all of them. And that's why we don't post VODs on our channel anymore.
Today's video is brought to you by our friends over at Brilliant. Ladies and gentlemen, do you want to learn things in a fun, effective way that is proven to be 6 times more effective than just watching boring videos on the internet, lecture videos even? Well, Brilliant works with a whole catalog of individuals, award-winning teams of teachers, researchers, and professionals from MIT, Caltech, Microsoft, and Google. And of course, they assist you with ways to figure out the most effective way on learning and build serious problem-solving skills. Not memorizing, which, again, actually figuring things out, figuring out concepts, and using these things in practice is what builds the knowledge, not just remembering things and forgetting them if you're not even using them in the first place. All of this combines into a powerful daily learning habit that you do little by little every single day. The content from Brilliant that really speaks to me personally is things where I can learn extra concepts in mathematics, programming, and especially in emerging fields like machine learning and artificial intelligence. If you want to start bettering yourself and learning new concepts, check out everything Brilliant has to offer for free for a full 30 days. Visit brilliant.org/SOG, or you can click on the link in the description below. You'll also get 20% off an annual premium subscription. That said, let's get to the video. Yeah, the title is not clickbait, ladies and gentlemen. The FBI ran a pump and dump. The FBI threw out a coin to bait criminals. Now, ladies and gentlemen, throughout my time on the internet, I've made a couple of videos on the FBI. You know, they're a federal agency, a law enforcement agency of the United States that does a lot of work, okay? Whether it be stopping criminals you know, running honeypots. Honeypots are kind of their strong suit in a way, right? You know, I've talked about like literally the situation even a year ago where the FBI ran like literal like a cheese pizza website just to basically grab as many sick creeps as they can and, you know, put, you know, handcuffs on them. And while they did actually arrest real criminals, there is a serious question to ask whether a law enforcement agency should sometimes break the law in order to stop criminals, right? Now, whatever side of the fence you sit at over here, this is a pretty historic situation. Now, I've covered a lot of crypto scams on my channel, but one thing that really just speaks to me is a pump and dump scam, right? It's one thing that I've seen influencers constantly share. You know, where basically a cryptocurrency comes out, influencers hype the currency up, the currency balloons for a bit, and then it completely drops to nothing, and the influencer walks away with a marketing, you know, paycheck, or sometimes they might actually have portions of the cryptocurrency that they then sell off to basically make a little bit extra on top of what they're already making, right? Crypto scams are not new, and any influencer that runs them on their audience is a scumbag, okay? It literally is one of the worst things that you can do to an audience that you have cultivated, right? So today we're looking at what the FBI is doing in regards to a crypto scam. So the reason why the feds have been doing this is back in 2023, they released a report where they actually talked about how cryptocurrency was being used for cyber crimes and financial fraud. And it was actually totaling about $5.6 billion in losses just in 2023 alone. To give you a quick idea, the Mexican drug market is worth $25 to $30 billion. An international market run by fucking cowboys down in the south is making 25 to 30 billion, right? That's about the yearly estimated profits. And of course, revenues are different. So when you're looking at losses that are a chunk of this amount, it obviously opens the eyes to the Federal Bureau, right? They need to actually pay attention when over $5 billion of US currency is leaving the country or potentially
You have been given bone meal asterisk
right? Whether it be
64.
financing criminals
Gave
like this
bone meal
or
asterisk
potentially
64
going
to
to,
shade.
terrorism, for instance, right? This is something that any government, takes advantage of. They look at it, they want to stop. So what is the actual pump and dump scheme the feds were running? All right, so to give you guys an idea, this is a token known as Next Fund AI. Now, the reason why we know this is the feds is if you go to the actual website right now, Next Fund AI, there's a big yellow banner on top that says this website was created at the direction of the Federal Bureau of Investigation as part of an investigation into cryptocurrency fraud and market manipulation. So thankfully, to the Wayback Machine, we can look at a capture all the way back in June 2 of 2024, which shows us an idea of what this token really is. So when you scroll around, it says it's a token with purpose, AI with impact. So basically, it's kind of like any token attached to a buzzword. In this case, it's artificial intelligence. Time and time again, I've covered numerous cases where I have seen this exact same page, just worded a little different every single time. There was a video that I ever released where I looked at ChatGPT coin, where it was very similar to this, and I might actually have footage of it on the actual archives, but inside there, the team appeared to be fake, the actual relations appeared to be completely fake in that situation, and when people called them out on it, things conveniently got removed within a fraction of a second. It really isn't anything new. So the feds make this Next Fund AI, where finance meets the future. Our vision is to create a cryptocurrency token that serves as a secure store of value while driving positive change in the realm of AI. Partnering with Next Fund AI, we channel fees from our token into early stage projects. They take a little bit of money, the fees that are generated, and they put it into these AI projects, these slop projects, and then basically generate returns. So they're looking at more than just an investment vehicle, we're looking at a catalyst for innovation. So immediately they're using all the buzzwords like investment. They're basically using everything that I think a legitimate crypto scamming influencer would shy away from if they didn't want to face the wrath of the SEC or the FBI. So they're making it very evident that this is, a coin that's gonna try to get you to be rich, okay? And they're gonna tell you right here, okay? They've got a great community. Basically, for crypto projects, it's a Discord server, AI partnerships, 3 big investors, and 20 plus years team experience. So again, their highlights: deflationary, reflections, investment fund. So it wasn't the feds that apparently made this. They ended up having this commission from a different project, one we'll look at real quick. But of course, obviously, this was a real full-on contract. So they give you the address over here and the ability for you to actually read the actual blockchain. So if you go over to the blockchain, you can see that it's got 1,394 transactions, and it went all the way back as of 143 days ago, where this was actually created. It was actually, you know, enabled for trading. Things were being moved around. There were people participating in this project. And what this effectively amounted to was a federal sting operation where people actually ended up getting arrested because of it. So as of 31 days ago, the feds disabled the trading on this once they gathered enough data off of this situation. So again, to remind you guys, okay, reading the blockchain, everything in cryptocurrency is all stored on a blockchain. Now, with the exception of certain chains where anonymity is a must, when it comes to Ethereum, when it comes to Bitcoin, if you have a wallet address and you can identify the person behind that actual wallet, which in some cases you can, and if you looked at a previous investigation that me, or really any other investigator on the internet has done, you could find out that there's ways to link a person to a crypto wallet. Once you can do that, you can kind of figure out what that person is doing on the internet, okay? That's the benefit of crypto. We can see everything happen on the blockchain. Remember, men lie, women lie. The blockchain does not lie. But of course, in this situation, it's really hard to identify what's going on. So what the Federal Bureau was after was something known as wash trading. So just to show you guys like some of the partner projects that the feds threw in, it was FinTech AI trading, literally getting iRobot. That's a character from iRobot literally doing trades for you. AI language model power. Again, this is so patently bullshit that anybody can look at this and think, yeah, it's obviously a scam. But I really feel like cryptocurrency people are just different beasts right there. So realistically, it doesn't really matter. You could throw whatever you want. As long as a project appears to be functioning and moving, people might just buy into it. So according to the feds, 18 individuals and entities were charged in the international operation targeting widespread fraud and manipulation in the cryptocurrency market. So where this all basically started from is, according to them, according to the Federal Bureau, this all started from a group known as Saitama LLC. So according to this one indictment, where 3 individuals were brought in, names are Manny the Hitman, N-Tran, and Aaron Saitama, okay? They were brought in like multiple counts. One, conspiracy to commit market manipulation, conduct an unlicensed money transmitting business, and commit wire fraud. And then market manipulation, wire fraud, and of course, then they would get forfeitures out of it. So in this situation, what they basically went into and how they described it was virtual currency is a digital asset or digital representation of value that can be electronically traded. So what they said was, beginning around June 2021 and continuing through at least about 2023, these individuals conspired with others, known and unknown to the grand jury, to artificially inflate the price of something known as Saitama token through manipulative trading, false and misleading statements, and the operation of an unlicensed cryptocurrency exchange, and again, ultimately to profit from that Saitama token. So what they had alleged over here was basically they were operating by engaging in manipulative trading of Saitama token to create actual or an apparent trading volume, thereby inducing others to trade that token and inflate the price of Saitama token. They solicited investors to buy Saitama token through their website, as well as through online marketing and messaging applications such as Telegram, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. So anytime you go onto like that crypto YouTube side and you see people like, hey, you should get this coin, it's going fucking crazy. Or you go to Telegram and it's like, buy. Sometimes it's really just these assholes who try to like push this token when it really isn't actually worth anything. And they try to like hype beast into something that could have value. So what they did was make and cause materially false and misleading statements about Saitama, its products, and its financing, creating and operating an unlicensed money transmitting business that allowed users to buy and sell the token and other cryptocurrencies. And of course, the best part, selling the tokens for profit, often while publicly denying that they were doing so. You know when some guy tells you, oh, hold it, diamond hands. They're already selling and you're the fucking idiot. That's what's going on. Moving Saitama operations offshore to avoid disruption of the scheme by regulators and law enforcement authorities in the United States. So these people pretty much were, like, the US alleges that they knew what they were doing. It's not like this was an accidental oopsie. Like, these people were very, very intelligent. They understood exactly what was going on, which is why the hammer comes down as hard. So obviously, to understand how this happens, right, wash trading isn't new. This is something that, basically used to kind of happen, from my understanding, back in the 30s, right, in the actual stock market, where one broker would buy and one broker would sell within a 30-day period. For example, if you go into any like coin market cap, you'll find one token known as like Pepe, for instance, right? Now, if you look very closely at Pepe token, you can see that in a 24-hour volume, it has $527 million moved. Now, if you read these charts, you'll notice that underneath these green or red bars, you'll see these smaller bars. So these are all volume bars, right? Basically, it means in a 24-hour period for this specific day in 2024, you're looking at almost $2 billion of movement volume. Now, volume is just money that you basically move and buy and sell. It's money just moved around in the market. That doesn't mean that every single, dollar that has been moved is a healthy move. Sometimes, and this is what the story is, and what the FBI is alleging, is that a bunch of criminals jumped into any of these cryptocurrencies and decided to buy and sell. So in about like a day, let's say, for instance, 3 companies came in and they just bought and sold $350 million worth of activity. Now, to the outside person looking in, if you're thinking of making money on the crypto market, you'll look at a token like that that's already like the top 10 traded token of that day. And you'll think, man, if there's $350 million moving around, maybe I should buy some of it and sell when the price goes up. So actual investors, actual rubes jump in and the price keeps climbing. But the moment those companies stop wash trading, by basically, they basically stop like, buying and selling that lion's share of volume, then the entire coin crashes. But those scumbags that have been wash trading have already sold their tokens off before they stopped the trade and basically walked away with profits while everyone has been left holding a bag. It literally is a smokescreen. It's faking it till you make it. It's literally hype beasting a token. And there's a reason why wash trading is illegal, because it's designed to basically sell the impression that a token is worth more than it actually is. It's designed to send a mixed signal, a false signal to the market. So obviously the government considers it pretty illegal, but in terms of the actual stock market, there's regulations there. When it comes to the crypto market, it's all laissez-faire. So even on the Saitama Reddit boards, like as of 11 days ago, you have people who are talking about literally like, hey, the FBI is looking in for it. The Russ and company have been indicted for scamming. And people who always come in here and say, young and dumb purchasing this coin, it's okay, I fell for it, lost $1,000, I stopped checking months ago, money is gone, this sub needs to be locked or shut down. I mean, like, literally people who are participating in this don't really know any better. I mean, at the end of the day, it's always like gamblers who are part of this operation. Or, if somebody genuinely wants to make money out of it, they're the ones that don't really understand this market, and they fall for a lot of these scams that occur. CoffeeZilla recently made a video, I think about yesterday or the day before, one of it on his Patreon, where he actually talked about, Andrew Tate and his massive, like, crypto scams and his crypto grifts, right? Where he would basically be artificially promoting certain tokens, for the betterment of his audience watching. Now, I haven't covered Andrew Tate for a while, just because I haven't really seen much in development of his case in regards to the human trafficking situation. But when it comes to his crypto stuff, this is something that I saw like 6-7 months ago when he was, dramatically promoting it. Now, there's plenty of channels that have covered this. One is Chris Coffee Ethereum that talked about this back in June 12, 2024. And he basically showed a few clips of Andrew Tate and his brother promoting something known as Roost Token.
I don't know what actually happened to get in the thumbnail and kind of get subtle. Not during the stream. I can't by online. He has me blocked. He's had me blocked for a while because I ran his private group. First and foremost, before even starting the stream, this is the thumbnail, and it's them literally holding a token called a Roost. I actually traded this during the stream. I came out a little on top, but I'm a little confused at this because it seemed to be a partnership. There was points of the stream where Andrew Tate's brother, I don't even know his name, was mentioning Roost as if it was some type of collab. He's like, yeah, they're cool. We like teams like this, but they never really committed to shilling it. So I feel like this company, this token that's on base, I'm quite familiar with, probably worked with them and maybe made out some kind of deal. This is just speculation. I don't know what actually happened to get in the thumbnail and kind of.
And it would all tie together pretty well if I gave you guys a few months. I've given you some tidbits. We have Roost that I'm invested in.
So yeah, there's like clips where he mentions this specific token by hand, Roost. And when you go to the actual website over here, it's like, hey, here it is. This is what Roost token is. It's just like, fucking Bird Soy Jack. They ripped off the Shardy. And, they got like some contract addresses over here. They basically taught you how to load into the coop, so to speak, right? Anybody that buys this, I mean, in my opinion, you are a complete and fucking utter rube. But, people who look at influencers like Andrew Tate are like, oh, this guy's financially successful. And somehow that brings itself as an authority to that person's, idea on, making more money. Somebody might jump in and think, yeah, I'll put in some of my money because this guy's promoting it. Maybe he knows what it's all about. But in reality, this token ended up actually just getting hacked. And from Coffee's video, you can see that the price of Roost, like most of these meme coins shilled by influencers, goes down 99%. And obviously, even according to this video, Roost is down 90%. Roost's treasury wallet got hacked, so the community literally got scammed. And to make it worse, the guy who got hacked was anonymous. So not a good situation whatsoever. And it's one of those things where even some influencers like this, like Andrew Tate as of yesterday, was like, having the power to randomly pump any coin on the chart is super fun. Yeah, I wouldn't really be admitting to that, especially if you've got like a federal investigation brewing up, especially if you're at somebody the size and notoriety of somebody like Andrew Tate. So to go back to, again, the Saitama situation, to go back to, again, this crypto investigation that the US launched, this is a testing project for them to see how this scam works. And according to the feds, it was pretty successful. So to go back, Saitama, which was this company, allegedly purported to create a series of products that could be used within its token, and at its peak, boasted a value of $7.5 billion. So when they started to look into like the memes, like pump it up, various gifs that were posted around, what was alleged was Saitama leadership had paid several market makers to wash trade, basically generate misleading volume on the Saitama cryptocurrency and various exchanges. And that include Bitmart, LBank, XT.com. And it was apparently Saitama that paid ZM Quant and Gotbit. So when the feds operated Next Fund AI, they basically threw this coin to see how some of these scammers would operate. And the way that they discovered, according to their investigation, was that basically the cryptocurrency companies hired those financial services firms, those market makers, to wash trade the tokens in exchange for a little payment. As one market maker defendant, who had agreed to plead guilty, described the practice to a prospective client. The objective on the secondary markets is to find other buyers from the community, people you don't know or don't care about, because we have to make the other buyers lose money in order to make a profit. This is how the pump and dump works. You pump, you sell at the pump, and then everyone loses at the dump. So what the FBI said was 3 market makers, ZM Quant, CLS Global, and MyTrade, along with the employees, are charged with allegedly wash trading or conspiring to wash trade on behalf of Next Fund AI, a cryptocurrency company and token created at the direction of law enforcement as part of an investigation. Literally, this is the first trap coin that has ever existed. Quite literally, a trap coin by the feds. So now, in the market, there's federal law enforcement agencies, whether they be the feds, whether they be the Europeans, whether they be anybody who is now operating scams that the scammers, if they fall for, could suffer some serious jail time. So, I guess at the end of the day, one of the questions you may have to ask is, Muda, how much money do the feds make in their pump and dump? Well, according to the boys and girls over the Federal Bureau, more than $25 million in cryptocurrency has been seized, and multiple bots responsible for $1 million of actual wash trades were deactivated. Remember, this isn't like a person sitting down and wash trading. A lot of these companies would just have bots who would buy and sell. So you would just have, again, bot traffic on the internet participating in financial fraud. So yeah, the feds ended up taking down a bunch of scammers, and in the process of doing so, ended up enriching themselves $25 million. So this is probably the only time where I've ever seen a pump and dump where I'm actually rooting for the scammer, which in this case is quite literally the FBI. Yes, the FBI ran a pump and dump on scammers and ended up stealing some of the fucking money back. Now, if you're somebody that has unfortunately been involved and been a victim of some of these, they do tell you that if you bought or sold any of the tokens, you should fill out this form. So if you've been in Saitama, Saita Realty, Saita Chain, Robo Inu, VZZN, Lillian Finance, or Next Fund AI, if you bought or sold any of these cryptocurrencies, you should fill out this form and actually, get in talks with the Federal Bureau, right? That's kind of what the DOJ wants to do. Remember, I don't think the FBI wants to purposefully commit crimes. They want to try and stop as much. And sometimes you got to break a few eggs, all right? You got to sometimes, I guess, break the law in order to protect the law, as wild as that can sound. But ladies and gentlemen, yeah, it's never been a title of a video I thought I could make where the FBI operated a scam, a pump and dump, but and expected that to even be close to real. But it's real. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you learned something, if you like what you saw, please like, comment, and subscribe. Dislike it or dislike it, I am out.
$500! How am I supposed to build a PC on a budget when the part you plug the actual good stuff in, the flipping motherboard, costs as much as my entire first computer? Wait, I've got one idea. You see, the motherboard is one of the easiest parts to accidentally break when you're building a PC, meaning many people have broken them. And eBay is flooded with cheap, broken boards that are just begging, Linus, please fix me. But can they be fixed? To find out, we bought one. Then we bought another one. Then we bought 6 more. Oh my goodness! And the best part is, as far as we can tell, fixing most of these motherboards should be an easy path to savings. You did not tell me that today was going to be this challenging. Let's go! And the top snapped off. Just like this easy segue to our sponsor, iFixit. They just announced their FixHub Power Series lineup, which includes a portable soldering station, a soldering toolkit, and a 100-watt smart soldering iron. Go check it out at the link in the video description. In the old days, the most delicate part of a computer was the little pins on the bottom of the CPU. If you saw